it's Kitty here, and I am back on Valgaro doing our trapping series. I had made mention of somebody would like to see how you do the Reaper Queen and getting impregnated. I know we've skipped a few, but this was a request, so I am going to do it. I've been working pretty hard on a nice setup. Yeah, so working on a nice setup so we can get it first try. We are on Valgaro as you don't get the Reaper Queen on Valgaro. You can only get her on Aberration, but it's a lot easier to show you here than on Aberration. Um, but I will be able to explain both ways. So we are down on the in the aberration zone on Valgaro, and down there is the radiation. And when you tame Reaper Queens, you will most likely be in the radiation zone, and you will need to wear your radiation or hazard suit. However, there are some pockets of breathable air. So, and that is very important, and I'll get to that in a moment. But first of all, this is our trap for the Reaper Queen. Again, I'm using S plus, but you can do this normally as well. So we have a behemoth gate and a gateway, and I've got mine set to auto close only with a set delay of 5 seconds. And you will usually have a rock drake by this time. And rock drakes and Reaper Queens do not get along, but they do find each other very well. So it's the best way to get them in. So you get your rock drake, you'd run her in through here, and you would have the door open the right way, run her in, and then run straight out with a rock drake or jump over with a rock drake. They're really easy to do. She will stay focused on the rock drake, and those doors will close, and we will leave her in there. But as I said, Reaper Queens don't spawn on this map, even with the extension, which I am using. So I am going to be naughty and spawn her in, and I just realized I have creative mode on, so we'll turn that off. Alright, that's better. No creative mode. So you can't be in creative mode to do this. I did test that. So, well, I am going to spawn her. What am I doing? Go away. I am going to spawn her in. So, with her trap, you'll need metal foundations, or stone. She's gonna hit me. So stone will work as well. We'll get away from her for a little bit. She's a bit angry. So stone will work. She can't destroy stone too easily. Wood and thatch definitely a no. But if you are in the aberration, metal is so easy to find and collect. You'll more than likely make it out of metal. You can definitely make it a bit smaller, but I've made it the size of the behemoth gate, and it just looks nice. So we've got three dinosaur gateways on each side, metal foundation, and you do need the metal foundation or stone foundation. It just helps her to not be buried. She doesn't bury when it's like that. So, in regards to killing her, well, you don't kill her. So we do need a feather light or a shine pet. So you got little shine horns or your bulb dog. Any one of them will do. Or your glow tail. Can't forget beautiful glow tails. And you do need one of these. Only reason why is the only way to kill reapers, or effectively, is you need the light from the pet. So I'm going to explain. So this is your radio menu, and you can set up light as a setting. So you just click it, and you click the key that you want it to bind to. This is either one of the brackets, so I can put it on both. I'm going to put my wave back there. And then click in the middle, and so every time I click that button, it'll light up. If I clap again, it'll go off. So really easy. So you do need that, and you'll need it on. I would suggest using a megalo. Not only reason why I say this is because you will more likely be on aberration. You can't have thylas in aberration, but we have Bumblebee here. We have a thyla, best thing in the world. So I will be using my thyla today. But a Megalosaurus down in the aberration is the best creature down there. I probably should have got one for us today, but I was a bit lazy. But I love Megalos as well, especially on aberration. But we'll use the thyla today. So with the light, you can see the Reaper is shiny. Means she will take more damage. And I'll just show you, if I turn the light off and then I attack her again, not now. Okay, apparently oh, there we go. So I can only do 108 damage to her without the light. So if I turn the light on, I will do more damage, which is what we need to do. So she's still glowing yellow, and I make mention of this yellow for a particular reason, which you will see soon. I will be using my spyglass, so it'll be easier to see. But of course, you can use your magnifying glass and getting off and checking on her. There is another tell though, and we'll get there in a moment. So as we hit her, her health is going down. She has 50k health. So we hit her a few more times, and we'll get her health really low. And it needs to be very low. I believe it's 10%. So we can hit her a few more times. She's still glowing that yellow. So I can hit her one more time and she still won't die, which is probably going to be worth it. So I'll do that. And then I'll turn off my light. Go far, far away. You'll see in a minute. So I throw the light pet away because we don't want the light pet anymore. Nor do we want the light pet to die. Do you see the glow now? It's pink. So she'll start glowing pink without the light. And that's your tell. Her health is going up really, really quick. So she will heal very quickly. So that's why if we can get her as low as possible, it's great. So the next step, and I find it's the easiest one, but if you are in the aberration zone, you will definitely want to do it in a hazard suit. Otherwise, you'll take radiation damage. And radiation damage is very dangerous. I know you can live in it, but what's going to happen next, it's very dangerous for the baby. So she's going to hit me. She's going to get angry at me. Then she's going to do this. And she will poke me and impregnate me. So I'm going to run away quickly so she doesn't kill me. But that was it. So I stand. So the trick was, it was very quick. I didn't think she was going to do it that quickly. So the trick is to stand within the gaps of the gateways so she doesn't drop you. And they have a tendency of dropping. I had a different setup before. I had pillars. Pillars did not work. There's a whole pile of other different ways to set this up, but I found this was much easier to set it up. It's just gateways, platform, and a behemoth gateway. I just thought it was simpler, and I like simple. So that's it. So there is a few other things. We will do this as well. So if you notice down in the bottom corner, bottom right corner I should say, there's Offspring XP. And we've got 1 hour and 11 minutes. Yes, my rates are up. This does take a long time usually, but I've only got an hour. And I won't let you sit here for an hour, obviously. But we're going to go up and we're going to kill her. And I'll show you why in a minute. I should have brought my light pet, but that's fine. Just a couple of hits. And bye-bye, Reaper. Alright, oops. So she's going to kill her, that's fine. Alright, so I just killed the Reaper. There's a reason why I did it. I'll just wait for that. So whenever you kill a Reaper or Reaper Queen, they leave this toxic gas. And you saw what happened to it. So I just got to wait for it to disperse. And we want that bag. So I'm going to go. Does take a little while. There it goes. So you want this bag. And this is the Reaper pheromones. The Reaper pheromones were used for the baby. For the Reaper baby. but we will explain that in a moment. So now I only have an hour, so I will do is run around, kill a few things, and you get XP. I'm not going to do that today. So my baby won't have extra XP, but it goes up to 70. So you'll get 70 extra levels on the Reaper. My Reaper that I killed was a 150. And so the baby that I will get, the Reaper King that I will get, will have 70 extra levels on the 150. So I will bring you back once I have a baby, just before I have a baby. Alright, so we're back, and we have just under 6 minutes to go. So if you look down, I did manage to get some levels on it. So there's a few little things. If you're a max level, I show you. If you're max level, so that's 105, you won't be able to gain XP on your Reaper baby. So either do it before max level or ascend. So doing the bosses will gain you a few extra levels. And so then you'll be able to do it. The best way would be to personally kill the Reaper Queen after you've been impregnated by her, just shooting a shotgun or your way. Don't use a dinosaur, you must personally kill it, and you'll actually get the full 75 levels. It's pretty easy. So in regards to the birthing, so I've made a little cage. You don't need a big one. Mine's just 2 foundations enclosed. Definitely put a roof on it. We've done it without a roof before, and I've had a baby jump out of your stomach and fly over the top of the cage. So, even if it's too high, put a roof on it. It's safer. Mine's in glass double doors only because I can. I would suggest putting this onto manual so you don't accidentally open it and the baby runs out. And if you are doing S plus, a hitching post is definitely the best thing to have. But if you don't, this will work just fine on official as well, just a little box. So I will be naked for this. I have a stomach. It shows you sort of weird, but there is apparently a Reaper King inside of me. So there is a trick, and I will be showing you the trick. I would take everything off you, all of it, just so you don't have to go fetch your body. And I'll show you why in a minute. And then I'm just going to put a whole pile of meat on me. And you'll see why in a few moments. And I'll explain. So, why we do the meat. We'll be in here. We'll close the door. And our baby will, the Reaper baby will emerge from said stomach. When they come out, they're very aggressive. This is back in the day, if you had a Reaper pheromone just before you gave birth, it would stop the baby Reaper King from attacking you, and you could imprint it, like not imprint it, but claim it as your own, and so you'll have the baby, but it's still aggressive even once you've claimed it for the first 10%. So you would use the pheromone so it'll stop. However, there's kind of a better way to do it. And what we do is don't use the pheromones. We fill our inventory a bit of meat, like a lot of meat, as much as possible even. And when the baby emerges from our stomach, It'll be aggressive. It will eat. It'll attack me, kill me. You can definitely give it a hand as well. Eat some meat, some raw meat or something like that. I haven't done that. Probably should have. And once it eats you and finishes you off, it'll eat your body and it'll take everything off your body. That includes all the meat. And so once, for the first 10%, especially if you use S plus, but even if you don't, it'll keep the baby fed because it only eats meat when it's 80, and you won't need to interact it for the first 10%. You don't need to imprint it within the first 10%. It'll do itself. The first imprint will be just after the 10% mark, but you will need to provide it with food. If you don't have, it won't eat from a food trough or anything like that. So putting the meat on it instead of putting pheromones on you, walking and filling it up and everything like that. Instead of doing that, just put a ton load of meat on you and let it eat that ton load of meat. And it should survive all the way through till it's 10%, and then you'll have access to it and it won't be so aggressive. But as I said, the pheromones do help. If you do get stuck, use the pheromones. But this is the way that I do it. I think it's the easiest way to do it, but I will now be quiet as the baby emerges from us. It will be any moment. There it comes. So we want to claim the king. So we claimed it. It'll still be angry, so it'll come and eat me in a minute. Well, it should. Come on. So it's meant to get angry at you. And meant to want to eat you. I don't know why it's not just being annoying. Come on. Well, I will just put the meat on it. See, it won't take so much meat. It should eat me, kill me. It does, usually. Sometimes it doesn't want to. No. It could be because dinosaurs are close by, but that usually isn't a problem. I don't know why it's not going to eat me. Come on. Show the people what they want to see. No? Okay. Well, that is the baby Reaper King. It does eat and kill you. I'm not sure why it's not doing it. Could be because there's creatures close by. I don't know. Seems odd. Wants to get out instead. Anyway. But this is the reason why, so we don't have to come in and continue to give it meat. But this one wants to be nice and not eat me, so I'll let it go. Put meat on it. But I want to show you this one, so I'll let it go away from the door. And sneak out. So, nope. Aha, there you go. So, hitching post. Best thing ever. So we've hitched it here. So it's on wander, so it'll just run around. But we've hitched it, so it'll just grow up here now. Now it wants to eat me. Maybe it'll eat me now. Will it? No. Alright. So, yeah. So they always need imprinting as well, just like other creatures. Get 100% imprinting. And, yeah. There's the imprinting for you. And that is how we get a baby one. So, imprinting, reprinting really easy. You usually just want to cuddle or grow up. My rates are just silly. So, but it was just an example. So it was usually a cuddle, sometimes a walk, but usually a cuddle. I don't really want much more than that. Pretty easy to imprint, grow up. after said amount of time, should be 12, 20 hours, 16 hours, depending on your rate, you will have a fully imprinted Reaper King. There will always be Reaper King. Reaper Queens are not tameable, nor are they birthable, if that's a word. Um, you run around. Also jump like a kangaroo, so if you hold down space, aim up, they will jump far. They're really great to have. You can have them on all the maps, but you can only get them on Aberration, as I mentioned, not on Valero, unfortunately. And yeah, our Reaper King is here. He will need a name. He's a perfect name because he's the 225 because of the XP that I got during the station, and he fully printed. And as I said, my rates are up a little bit, so that's why I was able to get him a bit faster. And there is your Reaper King. We'll need a name for him. Actually, I don't even need it. But it's very simple. It's a little bit scary, but honestly, if you have a rock drake with you, it's very easy. The Megalo will work too. So you just run them into a pen like this, using Dino Gateways, setting in between the gap. They'll be able to impregnate you. Wait the desired time, so it's about 4 hours that you have to wait for gestation. In that time, you can make your little pen, your cell for your baby, and go and get the XP. But if you do kill mother, then you'll get the XP. It's 75 extra levels, which gets you your 2 to 5, your perfect 10. Once they're in here, they're quite aggressive. Let them eat the meat off your body, and if they don't, if he's a nice Reaper, doesn't want to eat, unfortunately you'll be there topping up meat. But what I wanted to mention is while you're gestating for those 4 hours, or I had 1 hour, you can log off. The timer will be stationary. You can die. The only thing that you cannot do is walk into the hazard zone without your hazard suit on. If you get even the slightest amount of radiation, you will lose that baby. So, best to keep away from radiation. But if you've done all that right, you should have a fully going beautiful Reaper King. And I think they're absolutely amazing. But guys, that's all I've got for time for today. I hope that gives you some ideas, some help, and hopefully you won't be so scared in the future for getting a beautiful Reaper King like this one right here. Quick side note, if you're doing it during an event, like this event coming up with the different colours, there's a chance you'll get event colours on your Reaper. It doesn't matter what the mother looks like, it's the one that you give birth to can have event colours on it. So guys, as always, have fun, be safe, and